Thank you. Good morning to all those present. Madam Assistant Director General for the Education Sector, distinguished heads of delegations of member states, I'm grateful for this opportunity to be back here at this venue, which is an important opportunity for all of us to rethink education. All of those here are facing a global challenge because of the effects of multiple crises generated by the COVID-19 pandemic, which has highlighted the fragility and interdependence of the world and which has affected all countries, communities and families, especially the most vulnerable. In Cuba, this crisis has been compounded by deliberate and opportunistic reinforcement of the economic and financial embargo imposed for decades by the United States, jeopardizing international cooperation, and embargoes have to be removed if there is to be effective cooperation. This is crucial if we are to attain our priority of guaranteeing the right to education for each and everyone and throughout life. Aware of the fact that education is an investment which requires sustainable funding, a first step could be geared to broadening cooperation through an exchange of experience and best practice in the school environment and through the implementation of the results of research and innovation. Cuba endorses education as a responsibility of the state and a supreme right of every individual. The Cuban state guarantees educational services which are free of charge, accessible and of high quality to ensure that there is full education throughout life, and in this endeavor it invests 23.7% of its budget in the sector. And during this phase, we've implemented a government management system based on education and science, incorporating all bodies, associations and civil society to ensure quality education. In the current context, we are developing an educational process through televisual activities, involvement of families, and turning houses into schools, using the capacity created in the country and making available to all systematically the technological means which exist with adaptation of the curricula for all educational levels in such a way that we do not affect compliance with the essential goals of each grade and level. Scientific development reached in Cuba and the work of the health sector made it possible to speed up advanced research and innovative protocols which ensure that there is greater efficiency and better production in the country in quantities which are sufficient to immunize the whole population free of charge and before the end of the year. And thanks to vaccination, on the 15th of November, a process which began on the 4th of October will conclude the total opening of educational institutions, and this investment of Cuban science means we're the first country to achieve this. Distinguished colleagues, it is our intention to continue working to comply with and attain the Sustainable Development Goals. We reaffirm UNESCO's leading role in coordination and monitoring SDG 4, taking into account that the approach based on global coordination with a recently created high-level steering committee for SDG 4, it will be necessary to have a subsequent analysis in order to bolster cooperation mechanisms at the regional level and also global relations in the regional context. This should be the main focus for cooperation and regional priorities. We acknowledge that we can only tackle this global crisis through solidarity internationally and through multilateral cooperation and the work of our educators. All for a better world, and we think the basis of this endeavor is education. Thank you very much.